You hear yourself on a recording for the first time, maybe a voicemail, maybe a video a friend just posted, and something is deeply wrong. That thin, higher, slightly nasal voice that cannot possibly be you. But everyone around you insists that it is. So who is telling the truth? The recording or your own ears? Almost everyone has this reaction. You cringe, you wince, you want to hide. It feels like a stranger stole your name. But here is the uncomfortable twist. The recording is not lying to you. Your own ears have been fooling you for years. To understand why, just follow the sound. When you speak, your voice reaches your inner ear by two completely different routes. And most people only know about one of them. The first route is the obvious one. Your voice leaves your mouth and enters the air. It travels outward, bounces off the room, and curls back into your ears. This is called air conduction. It is ordinary, everyday hearing. And it is the only version of your voice that other people receive. It is also the only version a microphone can capture. But there is a second, hidden route. As your vocal cords vibrate, they shake more than the air. They rattle the bones of your skull, your jaw, your teeth, the thick bone wrapped around your ear. Those vibrations travel straight through your head to the inner ear. This is called bone conduction, and it quietly changes how you hear yourself. Here is the key detail. Bone carries low frequencies especially well. So the bone conduction path adds a layer of deep, warm bass. It is a private layer, and only you can hear it. Nobody else in the world receives that boost. So the voice inside your head is really a blend. Air conduction and bone conduction, stacked on top of each other. It sounds richer, lower, and fuller than it truly is. It is the voice you have trusted your whole life. And because you have never known any other version, it feels like the only real one. You have no reason to doubt it. Until a recording arrives and quietly disagrees. Now play a recording. The microphone only captured the air. All that cozy skull bass is simply missing. Strip away the deep tones, and what remains sounds higher, thinner, sharper, and a little unfamiliar. To you, it sounds wrong. To everyone else, it sounds completely normal, because that is just what you sound like. You can feel this trick with a quick test. Press your fingers firmly over both ears and hum. The hum sounds huge and low, almost booming inside your head. That deep sound is bone conduction, working all alone. You are hearing your private channel with the volume turned up. This second path is not just a quirk, it is real enough to build tools around. Some headphones now send sound through your cheekbones instead of your ears. They rest just in front of the ear and vibrate the bone directly. Your eardrums stay open to the outside world. It is the very same channel your own voice has always used. But the frequencies are only half of the story. The shock runs deeper than pitch. Psychologists have studied why your recorded voice feels so unsettling. In the 1960s, Philip Holzman and Clyde Rousey described the reaction and called it voice confrontation. It is more than surprise at a higher sound. It is the strange feeling of meeting yourself from the outside. Think about what your voice actually carries. Not just words, but mood, nerves, confidence, little cracks of feeling you never meant to show. From the inside, you barely notice these signals. You are far too busy talking. But on a recording, you finally hear yourself the way strangers do. And that outside view can feel oddly exposing. So two things collide at the same moment. The pitch is unfamiliar, thanks to the missing bone conduction, and the emotion is suddenly visible, laid bare in a way you never chose. No wonder your first instinct is to flinch and turn it off. Here is the reframe that changes everything. The recorded voice is not a distortion of the real you. It is the honest one. It is the voice your parents know by heart. The voice your friends recognize across a crowded room. When they picture you, they hear that voice, not the padded one in your skull. Which means the voice you find so strange is the truest thing about you. And the voice you think of as yours is a version no one else will ever meet. It exists only inside your own head, sealed behind bone, for an audience of exactly one. So the next time a recording makes you wince, try to hear it differently. That is not a fake, higher copy of your voice. That is you, finally arriving from the outside. The stranger in the speaker is the person everyone else already knows. The voice you call your own. Only you will ever hear.